Good morning from the Pick and Coop Farmstead. It's Gabby and I, or Bug, are back at it today. I had a few herbs out here that I overwintered. They've acclimatized to this area and they're doing so well. I've got some thyme, some sage, and then I've got 3 oreganos, which I obviously like oregano. We're going to go ahead and put those in what we've dedicated as the herb bed, which is right next to our strawberry bed. So come along and plant with us this morning.
Yep.
Okay, so our routine is pretty much, if you watched the last couple planting videos I've done, I think the one of Gabby and I is going to upload tomorrow. We're trying to do a couple of videos ahead. I'm trying to do one a day just so I can get used to it and perfect. I'm really primitive to this YouTube videotaping and editing. I'm obviously not that good yet, but I will get better. So today we're just going to plant these up. What we do, we start by digging a hole.
Just like the other day. Dig a hole.
Dig a nice big hole because this is in a big pot. That's pretty good. And then we're going to add some of our fertilizer, which right now we're just using up the Milorganite, which I keep talking about. It's a tiny little granule fertilizer. Put about 1/4 cup in there in your hole, mix it around. And then I've got to grab my hose. I forgot to bring it over because you want to water that in, especially when it's warm. It's going to get pretty warm today. And then that helps transition the plant to transplanting. So you're filling up your hole with water. Now I have a lot more plants indoors that are considered in the herb family, but they're not ready to go outside yet. I've planted some chamomile and I've planted some holy basil, which is a different type of basil. It's more for medicinal use and you can make tea out of it. I'm really excited. The seeds are a hot commodity, so it's hard to find them. And I finally ended up getting some from M.I. Gardener, and I've talked about them a lot. I probably order 90% of my seeds from them. I'll put a link in the comments and go check out their page. It's amazing. They're nice, they're friendly, and the seeds are very economical and very viable. I've never had any seeds from them that I have sown that do not germinate. Their germination rate's great, their varieties are great, and they're fast. They're a small business, which I love to support, and I can't say enough about them.
And just like the strawberries, you want to make a hill so you can so the plant won't fall down.
Yeah, that's a good point, Gabby. You want to hill them up, get the dirt around them. You got your fertilizer, you got your water. And all of these, they're huge, they're healthy. I think I grew like maybe 4 of them from seed. I believe they were M.I. Gardener seeds. And I'm telling you, I thought they would die, and I came back out here the next spring after I first planted them. And they survived snow, sleet, hail. There was a bunch more plants, and I actually gave gobs of them away. It's just, they're very hardy, and they're delicious. So what I like to do when they get in their peak, before they go to flower, I like to pick them, dry them, and then as I can up my tomatoes and tomato sauce that I've grown, I like to put my own homegrown herbs in there. So now I'm up to, I grow my own rosemary, basil, and thyme, and oregano. That way, everything that goes in my sauce, herb-wise, plus the tomatoes, is something that I've grown, so I know what goes in it, on it, that type of thing, so you don't have to worry about any nasty poisons. So there's your whole, there's your Milorganite, stir it around.
And just a bit of water.
Put your water in.
Look at that.
These are huge. I had to dig them up because they had their own designated bed with a big, beautiful lavender bush in there. I've shown it before. And I had these wonderful antique bricks around them, made kind of a big triangle, and they were right in the middle of my garden. But thanks to Mr. Gopher, we've had to revamp the whole garden using beds with wire on the bottom. Now the gophers can't get at my stuff, so I'm really, really excited about that.
Because they were just eating all of our produce in the garden.
Yes, they did. They ate so many plants. I lost track of, I think it was 150 some odd plants, and I just kept reseeding. And finally I just gave up. But I did they didn't really mess with my tomatoes. That's about the only thing they didn't mess with. But anyways, this year we're ready for the little buggers. So we're going to go at the other end of this bed, and I've got a thyme and a sage that we're going to plant, and that'll be the extent of our herb planting today. So hang in there. Okay, now we're at the other end. This is my thyme. The thyme I actually grew from seed as well. And I honestly didn't think this guy would survive the winter, but it's done absolutely spectacular. And I think it even had a few babies that I ended up giving away too. So that's the fun thing about growing your own stuff. You save your own seeds, you propagate different things, and like I said, I always plant way more than I think I need in case for some unforeseen reason. Gophers, good example. Weather, low germination level. And so far, other than the gophers, I've not had any of those problems. So I give a lot of stuff away, which is good. And then I save my seeds and I give my seeds away. I mean, it's a great way to encourage other folks that you know to get gardening. It's always a good thing. And it's fun. I find it's really gratifying, especially if you grow stuff from seed. I never used to do that. Especially, I only did the easy stuff like beans, squash, that kind of thing. And I used to buy all of my tomato plants. But then one year, several years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I found this little gal on YouTube. And her name is Jessica Sowers.
Shout out to you, Jessica Sowers.
And she taught me a lot. But the first thing she ever taught me, because I put in the search bar, how to plant tomatoes. And that little gal taught me the trick of how to plant them, but putting an egg, which I believe an old timer, she said, taught her. And I've been growing tomatoes, and I started watching her. I subscribed to her, and now I grow all my tomatoes and peppers from seeds, and I never, ever did that because everyone always said it was so difficult. It is so easy, just like everything else. Now, like I said, I don't have a greenhouse, so my kitchen kind of looks like a little shop of horrors. And this time of year, I'm so ready for everything to go outside, and the plants are ready as well. So Yeah, a shout out to them, and their channel is Roots and Refuge, so give them a follow. I'll put their link in the comments as well, and I don't think you'll be disappointed whatsoever. Her and her husband are just wonderful. So that's about all we have for you today. So Gabby and I are going to say toodaloo. I hope the sun is shining where you are, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.